Mike McCool here with the Royal Examiner. I'm on Main Street, Front Royal, speaking with a candidate for our delegate position in our next election, Laura Galente. Laura, welcome to Front Royal. We've seen you here before. Tell us a little bit about yourself and what's going on in Front Royal today.
Well, thanks for having me, Mike. It's great to be here. It's a beautiful Saturday in Front Royal. So I've been out today at Pavement talking with a lot of folks here in town about the three big issues that I focused my campaign around.
Okay.
Making sure we have good jobs in our really beautiful rural area and small towns. Making sure we have a strong community, which means good, accessible, affordable health care, and enough funding even for our smaller school systems like Warren County. And then third, I'm a cybersecurity professional, so this is real near and dear to my heart in the business I run over in Marshall. But we've got to get internet done, especially in the county. We need faster internet, and we need real fiber optic cable further into Warren County.
Well, you know, speaking of fiber optics, I just signed up for fiber optics. The cable runs right down by my office.
Oh, good for you. You're lucky.
Yeah, I'm one of the lucky ones, but I'm kind of feel like I'm a guinea pig. You know, I'm saying, will it really work? You know, I'm hoping it is. You know, I just love that they say a gig up, a gig down. Now, anybody that knows what we're talking about, they can appreciate that. But you're right. We don't realize how much we use this internet, and if you're not going to talk about that, and you know, our whole industry, our economy is running on this internet world, whether we're users of it or benefits of it, and I think that no one's talking about that.
That's right. It's the digital divide right in your face.
It is.
In Rappahannock County next door, 1 in 3 kids do not have internet at home. You try doing a research project if you're in 6th grade or a high school senior, it's just not going to get done. And over in Marshall, where I am, the library, after hours, that parking lot's full. You know what's going on?
Yep,
People are applying for jobs or trying to get an online course or even do healthcare or bills online.
Well, I'll tell you a really quick story that we were on a cruise in Hawaii, and of course, you know, cruise lines have to go to a foreign port. But where do they go in Hawaii? They go to a place called Fanning Island. It's a 2.5-day sail, and the island is about 1.5 miles around. But guess what they have there? Internet.
I believe it.
And they fire the generator up at 6 o'clock at night for 2 hours, and the internet comes on. You know, and they're still living in their huts and all that stuff,
right.
but they have the internet.
Well, if the Hawaiians can do it, I think we can do this in Warren County, and there's a lot that needs to happen in Richmond.
It
and
does.
I'll work my tail off to do that.
Well, you know, there's a movement, the rural broadband, and people don't really realize how that's going to affect our economy. So I'm glad to see
it's huge. And you know, I know a lot of people who've turned down jobs to work from home because they have to admit that they're on satellite. I have moms in my 4-H club over in Marshall who could work from home a couple days a week instead of doing a long commute in Northern Virginia.
Right.
And instead they're stuck with 2 hours each way. Dinner doesn't get done and homework doesn't get done. So this is impacting families.
We have telecommuting offices now.
Right.
And primary reason they exist, they have good internet. They might drive from up on the mountain, they come into town here and do their work kind of like they're home away from home. You know?
Right. No, that's a big differentiator.
Well, tell us where else you're going to be. What's your plan between now and Election Day?
I'm out meeting everyone. So I grew up through the Department of Defense. That's where I spent my career. And in DOD, at the Pentagon, you don't care if someone's a Republican or a Democrat or has never voted. You have a mission. You're there, in the case that I was, to protect America in cyberspace. But what I think of this election is we have a real duty, we have a real mission to go out and rebuild trust in the community, whether that's Front Royal, Fauquier, or Culpeper, and then go and pursue some really basic common sense policies that have not been done in Richmond. And that's why I'm looking to do this. I think internet's a big piece of it, good jobs are a piece of it, and education's a good piece of it. So I'm out talking to everybody.
It sounds like that you're almost an independent, Laura.
Look, I'm common sense before anything else.
Well, I think that's probably the thing that's lacking in today's political world is just people look at it and you're thinking like, really? They believe that? That doesn't make any sense,
right.
Does it? And if you think things out and you have dialogue and communication with people, you normally get people can come together on things.
The world is not the comments section, you know. Once you get out and start talking to people,
you know, maybe if we just eliminated that comment section, you know, we might be better off.
Put that genie back in the bottle.
I think so. That's going to be hard to do. It's great, has great benefits, but it also has some negatives aspects. So you're going to be out and about meeting people. You plan to be back in Warren County anytime soon?
Oh, of course. Well, the fair is starting next week, and I was a big 4-H'er growing up and would come and show my sheep at the Warren County Fair. And now I have my son who's 6, and I run the Cloverbud Club. So my kids are still a little too young to show in this year's fair, but we'll be out scouting out all the hogs and lambs that are out there.
And you showed your kids your ribbons you won, right?
I did, yeah. I was telling you before.
Oh, they don't believe it. Yeah. Mom, really? Really?
I said, look at these ribbons. He said, all right, I want to show. So,
That's great.
yeah,
That's
fun.
great. So we're glad you're back. I think I think politicians in general, we need to see our representatives. I think they need to show up. You know? And even our national ones, I'll give a little credit to ones we've had. They do show up in Warren County, which always surprised me. I think it's because it's on their way home. You know, because their district's close by. They're not from
Or they want a canoe.
They want they want a canoe. You know, and Warren County does have a lot of great things to offer.
Sure does.
We're going through some little bad times right now with some of our officials in our EDA and things. But I think I tell people, I said, we can put that behind us and move forward. I think we have such a great thing. We got great location. We got great everything.
You have great people. You have a great spirit here.
And you're telling us next we're going to have a great delegate. Is that what you're trying to tell us?
That's what I hope to be.
All right. Anything else you want to tell us?
I'm really excited to be here in Warren. It's my 4th day in a row this week. You will see a lot of me out here. I live 25 minutes down the road, so.
Well, that's the one thing. We have 3 delegates in Warren County.
That's right.
And hopefully that's something that we can change. I don't know if they change the lines, but it's a shame that we do. People think we have 3 representatives, and sometimes we have no representatives.
Right.
And so, because no one slice is big enough to make a difference, and I think the ones that do show up will be the ones that that can help us the most, and hopefully that you'll do that.
Couldn't agree more. And next year actually is the year of the census and then redistricting. And I think it's really important that politicians are not the people drawing our districts. And Front Row is the perfect example of that. So good government practices like that really need to be at the forefront of what voters are thinking about this November 5th.
That's right. You think about that. I know the story, and I accused a local politician of redistricting line. He drew out his competitor he knew was going to run against him. All of a sudden, it's a magic. The line went up, whoop, went around.
The road went the other way.
Went the other way. So, I never did that, he said. But, hey, all of a sudden he was in your district and now he isn't. So we'll see. Hopefully we'll get somebody.
Get that redistricting pen out of the politician's hands. Yeah.
Well, good. I really appreciate you coming to Warren County, talking to us. Be sure you come back and let us know as things get closer to the election. Let us know how things are going, and keep us in tune, all right?
Looking forward to it. Thanks for having me.
Thanks, Laura. Sure.